Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 Ruin Translator. Mobile Reader Editor. Mobile Reader. In the Su mansion, everyone was in a festive mood because today, the daughter of the head of the Su family, Su Bei, was finally getting married to her beloved fiancé, Du Luo. The reflection in the mirror showed her finely carved features. She was like a masterpiece drawn by God on a canvas. She was wearing a strapless wedding dress that enhanced her collarbones and made them more eye-catching. The carefully tailored wedding dress hugged her slender figure tightly. And its beautiful, full-length ruffles made the 18-year-old Su Bei look more feminine. In this country, the legal age to get married was 18. So after her 18th birthday, Su Bei decided to marry Du Luo, the man she had loved for several years. Although she had drunk a lot at her bridal shower last night, she still got up early to freshen up. The day was breaking, and the sky was just turning bright outside as the sun was beginning to rise slowly from the east. Miss Bei, everything is ready now. It's still early. Why don't you rest for a while? We will come back for your makeup in 2 hours, suggested the staff who was helping her dress up with a smile. Okay. Su Bei looked at the dark circles under her eyes in the mirror and nodded. She still felt a little groggy because she drank too much last night. So she picked up the glass on the table and drank 2 mouthfuls of water. When the staff left, a maid came in with a pot of bird's nest soup and put it in front of Su Bei. Su Bei filled a small bowl with the soup, and gulped down 2 mouthfuls of it. Maybe because she drank too much wine last night, the tip of her tongue was bitter. The soup tasted a little strange to her. After finishing the soup in the small bowl, she didn't eat more. She just sat on the sofa and closed her eyes. A few minutes later, the door of her room was gently pushed open, and someone came in quietly. Su Bei didn't fall asleep. She secretly half-opened her eyes and glanced around. She found out that the person who came in was Su Huisian, her half-sister. Su Bei's stepmother was the one who had broken her parents' marriage, so she despised her stepmother and Su Huisian. She had never bothered to get along with them. So she wondered what Su Huisian was doing in her room right now. Su Huisian took a quick glance at the empty bowl. Her mouth curved into a wicked smile as she lowered her head to look at Su Bei. Su Bei, do you really think you can marry Du Luo? I am the real daughter of the head of the Su family. You will never know what is in this bowl of bird's nest soup. But I will make sure that you enjoy your wedding night in advance. She then took out her phone, and dialed a number. Are the 2 bodyguards I have arranged especially for Su Bei ready? Tell them to come here now. Su Bei opened her eyes wide in shock upon hearing what Su Huisian had said. She knew that Su Huisian had never liked her. But she didn't expect that Su Huisian was this vicious. It seemed that Su Huisian wanted to drug her and found someone to rape her. Such a vicious woman. Su Bei stood up and sneered. Su Huisian heard some movements, so she turned around. Seeing Su Bei standing in front of her, she took a few steps back. You are not asleep. Su Huisian, it must have been very hard for you to pretend to be a good daughter in the Su family for a long time. Do you feel comfortable now that you have finally taken off your mask? Su Bei said with a hint of mockery in her cold eyes. I don't understand what you mean. Su Huisian's face turned deathly pale. She was so scared to be exposed that her nails dug into her palms, and she couldn't dare to meet Su Bei's eyes. Su Bei grabbed Su Huisian's wrist. She was taller than Su Huisian, so she blocked the way, not giving Su Huisian a chance to run away. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.